Hello and welcome to Hungry for Home. It's a collaboration between the Chicago Sun-Times and WBEZ's Worldview to explore Chicago's international food stores one delicious bite at a time. I'm WBEZ reporter Monica Eng, and today I'm here with Korean-American home cook Theo Han. Welcome, Theo.
Hi, Monica.
So, what are we going to make today?
Today we're going to make something called dakdoritang. Koreans are, as you might be aware, kind of crazy about fried chicken, but what doesn't get a lot of attention is some of the non-fried chicken dishes like the stew that we're going to make today.
All right, and we recently went to H Mart and you showed me around and told me about all of these ingredients that I had no idea about, and we're using a few of those today.
Yeah.
So, first of all, let's start out making this broth.
Okay, yeah, let's... So the base of this stew begins with 3 cups of chicken broth. Store-bought is fine. Home cooked would be better.
Okay. Sorry I didn't do that today. I went to H Mart and got all of these ingredients. The one in Niles, even though there's one just a couple blocks from here.
That one's amazing. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. If you're going to do and get started in Korean cooking, Jungbu or H Mart, any of these Korean grocery stores will have everything that you need.
All right.
What we're going to put in first is 1 potato in medium dice, 1 carrot medium dice, and then 1 medium-sized onion medium dice.
Okay.
And I can just all go into this stew all at once. Okay.
I noticed the produce section was amazing there with all sorts of Asian pears and a zillion greens and a whole bunch of like bok choy and napa.
And crazy amounts of mushrooms. Koreans
Right.
are
Oh,
nuts
yeah.
about mushrooms.
Yeah.
Jackfruit, gigantic durian, in case any of your listeners or viewers really want to experience the king of fruits.
All right.
We're also going to add in honey powder, which is basically what it sounds like, crystallized honey. And
It's very hot right now. All the chefs are saying honey powder, and
I mean, you can use sugar if you want,
Yeah.
but this adds kind of a rounder, richer sweetness to the dish.
okay.
We're going to add 3 cloves of minced garlic. This is the absolute minimum amount of garlic you should add to this dish. I would suggest maybe doubling or tripling this, depending on
How much you like garlic.
Exactly. And I like garlic quite a bit.
All right.
There's a standard Korean long pepper. Just seed it, slice it thinly, and then toss it right in.
Wash your hands because
Yes.
it has a lot of heat in it.
For sure. Make sure you seed it, otherwise it's going to be very, 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 very hot.
You say seed it, take out all the pith and the seeds inside.
Yes. Now, if heat's what you're into,
Leave it.
leave it in.
Yeah.
About 4 tablespoons of soy sauce.
Okay.
And then, could you put that spoon over there?
Sure.
We're going to put in what is probably the core ingredient of this, which is gochujang, fermented red pepper bean paste. And this is going to give the broth basically the heat and kind of deep umami flavor that characterizes a lot of Korean stews.
Okay, and then we would have this on a nice high flame so that all those things kind of mix together.
Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is bring this to a boil, and then once it's at a boil, reduce it to a simmer and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And while this is cooking, we can prepare the chicken.
Okay.
What we're going to do is you want about 1 pound of chicken thighs. We're just going to get started with 2 here. You want to make sure they're patted dry, and then dust them with flour. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of skinless, boneless chicken thighs at H Mart when I went there today.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier. It's such a great cut because it has sort of all the deeper flavor of dark meat, but it's you know, it's just everywhere, and you can get the skinless, boneless, ready to go. I don't
For sure.
really like the chicken breasts, so you're probably going to want to wash your hands now that you touched
Yes.
that meat. I'm going to wipe this down. All right.
Okay, and what we're going to want to do is salt and pepper this just a little bit. Okay. And then in a hot pan, just lay that down. And you want to cook this both sides all the way through about 7 to 8 minutes a side.
Okay.
just to get a cook through. Toss it obviously in the middle, and then
Get a nice little sort of brown coating on there.
yeah. And then when this is done, you're going to want to not pull any of the juices, but pour them right back into the stew.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
to really flavor the stew.
Yeah.
All right, well, through the magic of video, we have a finished one ready to go, and we'd like to invite Worldview host Jerome McDonald to come and try it.
Hey Theo, good to see you.
Hi, Jerome.
Tell me something about this red bean paste. It's in everything.
This is gochujang, which is basically the ketchup of Korea. You see it everywhere. If you go to like a Korean barbecue joint or any other Korean restaurant, in addition to the banchan, which is the variety of like small vegetable dishes that you'll see a little dish of this, and it goes with almost everything.
Makes it nice and spicy.
Spicy, but also it's got like this deep fermented like umami flavor that really kind of builds body into a lot of the dishes that Koreans enjoy.
Why do you think it's taken so long for Korean food to make it big in the U.S.? It's because now it's everywhere, and 20 years ago you couldn't find it.
I think it's just a matter of folks in this country finally getting comfortable with the very big, very unsubtle flavors of Korean cuisine. Our national dish, kimchi, is, it used to be prepared by burying it in a crock in a hole in the ground. Yeah. And we create all these amazing flavors and aromas. And I think a lot of folks in America were not quite ready for it, but I think they are now.
Now it's the hot and spicy is an asset. Everybody
Yes.
wants the hot and spicy, and people dig fermented food now. It's
For
a
sure.
big deal.
For sure.
So let's eat it.
Great. This is dak dory tang.
Like that.
So
Chop it up a little bit. Get the big one. Big bold flavor. That is it.
I'm glad you like it.
That's terrific.
Fantastic.
All right, Jerome, well, I'm so glad you enjoyed it today. And Theo, thank you so much for joining us. For the Chicago Sun-Times and WBEZ's Worldview's Hungry for Home series, I'm Monica Eng.